All right, John, be honest. You knew all along, didn't you? You were never nervous.
Man, please. I was a nervous wreck. You know what? I didn't really get nervous till about 15 minutes before the television show went on the air, when I was sitting back there in the room and nobody else was back there with me. I was the only guy in the room, and I was like, man, is this show going to get going? And then when the show took about 25 minutes to get to the announcement, I was really a nervous wreck. I was sitting back there tapping my watch, just looking at the screen like, get to it already. But once it was announced, a lot of relief, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, just tremendous honor.
Did you ever think at all about what it'd be like tonight if it didn't go your way? Did that thought ever cross your mind?
Yes, no. I mean, I guess either way, I knew that I had done, my resume was what it was, so I was going to be happy with myself either way. I'd have been a little disappointed, obviously, and I knew I would have to go back through this whole process again. But at the end of the day, I would have known that, hey, I did all I could do, and it wouldn't have affected me that bad.
Jonathan, what has Baltimore meant to you in your relationship with the city, with the people of the city, knowing you were the original Raven in every way?
Oh, it's been tremendous. I mean, Baltimore, we grew up together. I mean, as a football, I mean, yes, we had the Colts, but they left '83, and we, had 13 years without football. And so we were starting all over again, and I got a chance to be the first Raven, a chance to start an organization and to start a new fan base, because a lot of those guys didn't even know the Colts. So it was really just a tremendous opportunity, and that town has grown to become the best in the NFL. I mean, we got the best fans in the NFL in Baltimore, and I'm so glad that I could share that with them, because everybody in Baltimore has been so great to me. I consider it my home. I mean, I know I live in Nevada, but Baltimore will always be home to me as well.
Are you aware of all what you mean to Baltimore? Do you sense that? Do you see how big this is going to be for the first time a real Raven to go into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to. I mean, I've been in this building since the announcement, but I mean, I got the well-wishers walking down the street, some New Orleans here, and I just know tomorrow is just going to be a really special day out there on that field for the Super Bowl with our boys out there and me out there, Hall of Fame, and just if we can get that win, it'd just be,
sure.
be spectacular. But it's just been a great ride.
I heard you talking about your father a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Is there something special about your son? Maybe he doesn't fully grasp what this means, but to have him here, to get the idea, he knows it's daddy's done something cool. He knows that much.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, that's one thing. I'm so glad he was able to come in here and make it here, because as he gets older, he started playing football, they flag this year, and he's really starting to see and understand what this means, and he'll only I think he'll only appreciate it more as he continues to age. So for him to be here and have these memories, I'm thankful that he was able to be here for this.
I don't know if you've thought about this. It might blow your mind with this. 5 years from now, we're looking at Ray Lewis might join you. That would be Super Bowl 52. I mean, I don't know if you've given that any thought about, what it would mean to have Ray Lewis join your club now at Super Bowl 52.
Super Bowl 52, the 55th class. And if the Ravens can go ahead and get back into the game,
right.
I mean, come on. That would just all be crazy right there, though. But, yeah, we know 5-2 is going to be there one day. And, as soon as 5 years from now, he's going to be in there. And I'm just thankful that I get to go out there and share my moment with him on the field tomorrow at his last game.
What would be your plea for voters related to Art Modell? We know your disappointment, but what would it, if you had 5 minutes in the room with all of them, what would you most want to convey to them about Art Modell?
I mean, I want them to understand that Art didn't have a malicious bone in his body. The man never did anything out of spite. His move was out of necessity. He had no choice. And what he did was make sure that Cleveland kept their history. Irsay stole Baltimore's history from them with the Colts, the name, the records, everything. He took it from the city. He said, you know what, I'm never going to do something like that to a city, because he's too good a guy. And you can't tell the story of the NFL without mentioning Art Modell. I mean, Monday Night Football would not be what it is today without Art Modell. And just for people to understand that, and also he was just one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. I mean, he was just always, it was never really about football. I mean, he obviously cared about it when he's talking to you, but it was more about how you're doing as a person. And to have a guy who was that genuine, I just want people to know that the type of man he was, that he wasn't a monster I think maybe that would hopefully sway some people.
This August, a sea of thousands of purple descends upon Fawcett Stadium in Canton? Have you thought at all about the moment? Are you worried that you might cry during this whole thing?
No, I just got to get this whole speech thing together. You know, I told Larry Allen, because Larry talks less than me, and then you throw in the fact that we got a couple loquacious individuals and Sapp and Chris Carr up there, so we're going to have to get our speech together. But we're going to have some purple out there, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to go ahead and soak it up, and then I'm going to try to. Rob Woodson said as long as I stay on script, I won't cry. He said he broke off script for about 2-3 lines and started to tear up, so I'm going to take his advice, stay on script.
Final message, everyone in Baltimore?
You know what? Thank you for supporting me over all these years, and I hope that I was able to give you a lot of great times out there on the football field. And go Ravens tomorrow. Beat those Niners.
Love it. Thanks, John. We appreciate it.
Joe, Gary from USA Today, 2 questions.